What's up guys, Bo from Riggs Motorsports here. It's the following day when we started drilling into that bumper to make extra airflow. Basically I'm shooting this video out in the rain, or this clip. I don't know if it's going to be a separate video or if we're going to throw it in the video where we're drilling at the bumper. Basically I got in my kind of first actual accident in my G35, my daily driver. It's been backed into at a gas station before, but someone backed into it going like 2 miles per hour, so it didn't do a lot of damage and their insurance paid for it and that kind of stuff, and they actually had a company vehicle. But this situation's a little different because it was actually, we were driving, and surprisingly enough, as far as I can tell, there's less damage in this accident. Basically what happened is, on my way to work yesterday morning, this is about 6 a.m. I would say it started. Some guy was flying up on a 2-lane freeway, 2 lanes for oncoming and traffic going the other direction. And then it becomes a 1 lane, so he's flying up in the opposite lane and tried to essentially pass a bunch of people right before the lane ended and completely miscalculated. I actually got the guy's address. He's from a different city that's pretty far away, so my guess is he didn't know the road and was street racing on the way to work, or attempting to. I'm not really sure, that's what it seemed like. But anyway, he tried to pass me and a bunch of other cars, but had to slow down because there was cars in front of me. And eventually he just got to a point where he had to slow down naturally, and it became a 4 lane again, 2 lanes for us, 2 lanes for the oncoming traffic. And at this point he was behind me in the left lane. There was a car in the right lane that was going slower, so he didn't even try to pass in the right lane. It would have done no good. So we're just driving along and I think everything's normal, and it becomes a 1 lane again for us and 1 lane for the oncoming traffic. Alright, cool. So we're just going. Out of nowhere he goes in the oncoming traffic lane and attempts to drive past me and get in front of me. The problem is I was a decent amount in front of him to begin with, and there was also cars in front of me, so we're basically parallel, and he's on oncoming traffic. There's no cars there or anything, so he's not in any immediate danger at that point. And this is where it gets kind of weird. He actually tried to either just dive bomb kind of into my lane or intentionally hit my car, and I think the latter of the two is actually what happened. I think he intentionally tried to hit my car because he hit it and it wasn't even close. Like, he wasn't even close getting in the lane at that point. And also he hit it again a second time, so he hopped on a freeway which looked like the opposite way of what he was going, towards Snoqualmie Pass, if you guys are familiar with Washington State. So he hopped on that, and I said, fuck that, I'm not letting him escape. Like, I'm not letting someone just run into my car twice, pretty sure on purpose, and just get away with no repercussions. So I got on the freeway, chased him down. I followed him for about 5 miles, and he just kept trying to get off on different freeway exits. He would try to, like, at a roundabout, one point he would drive on the side of a semi and just try to lose me. I followed him the whole way. I was on his bumper the whole time. As soon as we got on the freeway, and as soon as he tried to leave the scene, I called 911. It was on speakerphone with the dispatch the whole time, basically. Once eventually he stopped the car at a gas station, I pulled in right behind him, again on dispatch with police. He gets out of his car and walks towards me. I open my door and I'm just kind of looking at his hands, and he also had a passenger in the car, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on both of them to see what they're doing. Looking at their hands, his passenger looked apprehensive and scared, to be honest, so he stayed next to the car. The driver, very aggressive. He was a bigger guy, about 6'2", 6'3", so he kind of seemed like the type that thought he could just bully people into doing what he wanted and scaring them. Maybe he thought that he can get me to just drive off so he wouldn't have to deal with the hit and run incident. So he walked up to me and said, just pushes me really hard. At this point, guys, I have a bit of a temper, but I'm able to contain it in situations, I think, like this, where you kind of have to. It's either you contain your temper or the fight escalates and you both go to jail. No one gets in trouble, or actually you both get in trouble, but the guy who should be getting in trouble isn't getting, you know, most of the punishment he should be getting. So I contained myself. I told him, look, if you push me again, I'm gonna fuck you up. And the guy didn't believe me, tried to walk towards me. I told him, I said, hey, I'm not joking. If you walk towards me and push me again, I'm going to fuck you up. So the argument proceeded for about 60 seconds at that point, maybe a little bit less. The police showed up, like I said, about 60 seconds later. Extremely fast response time. Thank you to the police. I've already thanked them multiple times. But yeah, they showed up. They took both of our statements, And while I was in the car writing my statement, and after I gave him my verbal statement, I saw the guy go away in handcuffs. So it was kind of a satisfying feeling getting my car ran into and having to chase this guy down, but at least seeing him go away in handcuffs like he should have, because he had a passenger in the car, guys, keep that in mind, who was backing up his story, basically saying the guy didn't do anything wrong, I ran into him. They were running because they were scared or whatever, but the cops arrested the guy because his story was absolute BS. They could tell by just the damage on my car, and we'll get to that in a second. They know that area of Freeway and how it merges and how people get aggressive and try to force their way in, things of that nature. So yeah, he was arrested for 4th degree assault and hit and run, intentional hit and run. There's unintentional and there's intentional, so you can hit someone, I guess, and not know it. It happens. And then you can obviously hit someone, most cases, and know about it and flee the scene like this guy did. So I was able to catch him. No one got hurt. Police came, they arrested the guy. I'm glad it didn't happen to someone else personally, because this is the type of guy who you could tell just does these type of things to people without thinking any repercussions gonna happen to him. The guy didn't even hesitate to try to flee the scene. He hit me again, and just completely got out of there. So I'm happy he got arrested. I'm happy he went to jail. You know, he has to pay some fines now and stuff like that. Alright guys, here is the damage to my car. And like I said, it's not significant, because it's not, as far as I can tell. Obviously it does suck having a good sized dent in your car, especially considering when this body of this car is basically flawless. There's a couple dings in my trunk. On my trunk lid, I plan to get fixed or replace the lid eventually. Those are pretty small, hardly noticeable. But this is the only actual piece of body damage on the car. Like I said, I got backed into over the summer. That got fixed. That was over there on the right above this wheel over here. It was this whole panel was pretty smashed in. Actually, yeah, part of this panel was smashed in, then part of my door was smashed in as well. So I had to get both of those things repaired at the body shop we go to. So it looks like I'll be going to get an estimate on this at the same body shop. They're more of an expensive body shop. They do really good work though. If it's going through insurance, I'm just gonna choose the best body shop that I know of, get the work done right. I'm not gonna go to like Mako or something of that nature. But yeah guys, all in all, got my adrenaline pumping pretty good that morning. It was a pretty rough start to the morning. Obviously no one wants altercation like that, and you know, the potential to get hurt or see someone else get hurt even more. I'm just glad it didn't escalate more, honestly. I remember chasing the guy on the freeway, and right as we pulled into the gas station, I remember thinking, this is either gonna de-escalate or it's gonna escalate very heavily. It kind of escalated when I got pushed and he approached me, but then it de-escalated pretty quick after that. I'm thankful for that. Like I said guys, I'm not sure if this is gonna be its own video or not, but we'll see you in the next one. If you liked it, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We really appreciate it. We'll bring in lots of new content to the channel, uploading weekly. Didn't the last few days. Had some roadblocks in the way. Things didn't work out. Needed some new tools, things of that nature. Besides that, we did create an Instagram for the channel. If you guys want to check that out, that's Riggs Motorsports, one word, on Instagram. Nothing else. Riggs Motorsports, just like the YouTube channel. Should be very easy to find. If you guys have any cool pictures of your rides, we'd like to see them too. Go ahead and send it to us in DMs on the Instagram channel. Maybe we get them featured on the channel someday, who knows. Besides that, yeah guys, we really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.